Today, on Be Something Wonderful, manifest anything fast. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Here we are continuing to broadcast from the beautiful city of Medellin, Colombia, and we have another powerful video. It was a conversation I had with one of you that said, you know, Tom, it was around mid-November, just before Thanksgiving, that she was focused on settling this legal thing that she had going for a bunch of money. She was expecting that thing to settle months ago. She goes, and it was starting to look like it's not going to settle, right? And she really wanted it, the money, before the end of the year, for the holidays. The other thing that she said that she was preoccupied with was hearing from her specific person about getting together for the holidays. It was a possibility, right? They've been going back and forth, right? They're not serious yet, they're dating. But she wants to get serious and she wants to spend the holidays with this guy. And so she goes, I had been focused on that. She goes, I started about mid-November with an imaginal scene. She said I was doing a little bit of affirming. I was doing some scripting. She goes, but it didn't seem like anything was happening or moving. The same conversation that we have quite a bit. Now remember, she's been on the channel for a while. She could teach this stuff. She's a master manifester, so she knows all of this, right? She goes, but Tom, here's what did it. And I want to share this with you because within 4 days of this realization that I'm going to share with you, she said, wow, everything started to move. She got an email that the case that had been pending is going to settle before the end of the year. And within 2 days after that, she heard from her SP about making plans over the Christmas holidays, over the Christmas and New Year's. So all of this fell together for her. What she goes, Tom, now I really understand what instant manifestation is, what it really means. And I want to share this with you and more. And what changed within her, right? It was her really moving to this absolute idea of I am that I am. I am that person for everything is working out now. The money's going to be there. The specific person, I'm going to spend the holidays with him. It was all this conviction. And this is where it came from. So she goes, wow, it really is instant. It's not about time, right? She's talking about this whole idea. I finally heard you. This is how she started, right? Wow, it's really instant. It's not about time. I finally heard you. And she was describing her realization that instant means now, not as a concept of time, but as awareness, as we've covered in many videos. She goes, I really get that idea. That instant, I was always looking at instant as a byproduct or a description of time, but it's really a description of this now moment. Hear this, where everything's already mine, right? Not a concept time, but a concept of awareness, right? And she goes, it really hit me differently, this idea when you said it's not about time, it's about awareness. It's about awareness of already being it. Right? It always happens now. It's happening now, it happens now, and it will happen now. There's only now. Now, as I've said in videos where I was quoting, I think, Rubit Spira, the spiritual teacher Rubit Spira, now is just another word for awareness. Well, she put all of this together as a realization that I get it. Now is just another word for awareness. Instant means now, but means in the idea that it's my awareness right now. Just say the word. And she talked about the videos that we took when we talk about the centurion, the healing of the centurion's servant. She really gets this idea that that when the centurion was healed in that very moment, she goes, oh, that very moment is just your awareness that I am that person I desire to be. But just say the word and my servant will be healed. In other words, it's from this center of who you are, you create that instant healing or that instant reality of where everything is already now. Whether you can see it or not, it's instant. She was just saying the word, I get it now. Because remember, and also in the centurion servant, it said, and the servant was healed in that very moment. In that very moment that you say the word, that you put your awareness in that instant, in that now moment, it's done. Now allow it to unfold. Allow that instantaneity of all that you are. Allow that instant manifestation, hear this, to unfold from within you. But when we're caught in the frame, the current manifested frame, and thinking nothing's happened for several weeks or for several months, we put that time there. We create that identity where nothing happened, nothing's happening, and nothing likely will happen. She really understood this from a new level. This is what we talked about. And it relates to the story of the centurion servant, the healing of the servant. Because what does the centurion say to Jesus? Your I am awareness. Lord, I'm not worthy that you should come under my roof. Under this roof of where I think that nothing's happened for several months or several weeks or for several years. And I think that nothing's moving in this manifested frame. And I think that nothing will happen. Instead, she moved to this idea that, yeah, I get it, Tom. Instant means now, not a concept of time, but awareness. That means everything's changing within my awareness. It doesn't matter what the manifested frame is showing me, that I haven't heard from my specific person, that the lawsuit looks like it's not going to settle. It doesn't matter because it's always changing. I can just say the word because it's instant. Anything that's happened, will happen, or has happened is happening now. Now's just another word for my awareness. Do you get it? There's a subtlety here, but it's a big one, right? Wow. Wow. And that all happened within a few days of her moving to that. Now remember, she had been imagining it. So there is a process there that she had been doing, and scripting. It doesn't cancel those out or make those that they weren't effective. Remember, they're always effective, but your source. So they're only as effective as your awareness, as the awareness that you're already that person you desire to be. So I want to cover this idea today and more. So she goes, you really can manifest your desires instantly. Well, yes, of course you can. Why though? And she got that idea of the now moment, that now is just another name for awareness, or awareness is just another name for now. But because you are manifesting, you are shifting, and you are creating your own reality, your own version of events, of your world, in every instant of now. In every instant of that one now moment, there's only one moment in time. Creation's finished. It's all finished in that moment. That you're creating and shifting and manifesting right now as you shift frames of reality and perspectives and viewpoints of all that you are. You're manifesting it. You're choosing. You're being it, right? You are that one reality that I am, being aware and conscious of itself as all that is. You're that one reality where creation is finished, where all things exist, being aware and conscious of itself as all that is. That's what consciousness does. It's conscious. It has to be conscious of something to be consciousness. Awareness has to be aware of something to be awareness. But what is it aware of? What is it conscious of if there's nothing else but awareness and consciousness? Of itself. In you. As awareness, it's about you being aware of yourself as that fulfilled being in the now moment. You as the great I am. As God, as existence, as reality itself in expression. As everything, everywhere, all at once. That's the metaphysical meaning of God's Son. That one existence, being aware of itself as that one existence. From different viewpoints, from different vantage points. All that is knowing itself. Right? God's Son. And I am who I am. God's Son, God, pure awareness, pure knowing, existence itself, the isness, the all, the one, life itself. That's God. And then God's Son is expressing and knowing itself, God expressing and knowing itself through its Son, through the great I am, through that great I am, that great knowing, that a great awareness, being aware and conscious of itself. That's what I am awareness is. It's that pure awareness, that pure knowing itself as awareness. The beingness and livingness of that one life. The all, the one, the great I am, knowing itself through its Son, all that is. It's all potential, all power, all knowing. That's what the true meaning of creation is finished means. All that is. All that potential exists within you. So that I am awareness is you, but it's the real you. It's your higher self as all potential identities, as all potential realities right now. That's powerful. The physically focused you are God's Son in expression as the Son of Man, as an I am identity, or identities, in other words, right? I am awareness knowing itself experientially through you. Just as God knows itself experientially, the isness of reality knows itself experientially through God's Son, your higher self, God's Son knows itself experientially through you as the Son of Man, experientially through your identity as the Son of Man. The one changeless awareness, shifting. In other words, being conscious and aware. Consciousness and awareness being conscious and aware of itself from a new infinite viewpoint or perspectives or vantage point. Right? From infinite new viewpoints, vantage points and perspectives. Experiencing itself through your assumptions, through your identities, through your desires that you experience as manifested physical reality in time and space. We're going to show this to you today, right? But it's God, the isness of reality, the great I am, knowing itself or being glorified or magnified through its Son as all that is, as I am awareness of being, that isness, being aware of itself as beingness, as all potential. And that potential now, knowing itself through you, right? In expression, through you as the Son of Man, through your identities, through your desires. Remember what we talked about. What is desire? Desire is that innate urge of consciousness to know itself as consciousness. Awareness, to be aware of itself as awareness. For God to know itself through its Son. Through its Son to know itself through you as the physically focused you, the Son of Man. That's powerful. That's where all desire comes from. Yes, we translate it into certain things and experiences that we want to have or we desire to have in our physical experience. But it doesn't change what that desire is. It's the will to live. It's the will of life to know itself as life. It's the livingness of reality. It's that isness becoming beingness. And that beingness being expressed through you, through your desires. Through you deciding who you are, defining who you are. That's very powerful, right? And you experience that as a physical manifested reality. So I want to show it in a picture, because a picture will really get it. There it is. It all starts with God. In the beginning, God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What is that Word? I am. I am that I am. I am that. What's God saying there to Moses? I am that isness. I am his existence itself. There's nothing outside of me. I am the absolute pure knowing of reality. I am that ultimate one reality. There's nothing else but that. I just am. I exist and always existed and will always exist. There's nothing before, there's nothing after, there's nothing else. Then there's God knowing itself through its Son, through being aware of itself as awareness. That pure knowing, that pure awareness now knowing itself, that pure isness of existence knowing itself through its beingness, through its livingness. It's the livingness of life, right? God expressed and glorified through its Son. That consciousness, that isness becoming consciousness or awareness and knowing itself, being conscious of itself, being aware of itself. That one divine mind of God. And then there's that one divine mind, or that isness, your higher self, your inner being, right? One with God, right? Not separated. Remember, this is all God. It's still the same reality. I'm showing you the same reality. You're not from a different perspective, right? Then there's that I am awareness expressing itself or knowing itself through the Son of Man. You as the center of all of it. It's still the one, it's still God, it's still existence, it's still the same one reality. That one divine mind now knowing itself through you. That infinite, multidimensional you. Right? You as all possible identities. This is all that is. This is all that is being expressed through you as the Son of Man, that infinite multidimensional being that you are, one superimposed to over another, with you having a certain viewpoint or perspective as God's Son in expression, as that I am identity. But remember, it's always shifting, it's always changing. It's change in that changeless all that isness. It's that all that isness that's part of that existence or that pure awareness. It's all God. That's the vertical. What did she realize? It's all now. She realized that she's been putting that idea of time there. She was just going to say the word, knowing that now is really another word for awareness. It's another word for now. Instant is another word for now. Do you see the connection here? God's Son expression, that I am identity, expressing itself through that physical linear experience. But do you see that past? There is no solid past. You create that from the now moment in the vertical. So she just decided that my past is a past where everything already happened. It already worked out. It's all happening now. The future that I want. And that past where I believe that nothing happened, it actually is happening. It always happened. And I'm going to create that now through this identity. Right? Knowing that, yes, she's having that physical viewpoint or perspective, that physical experience, but that physical experience is changing in every moment through her just saying the word. Right? Knowing that it really hit her. She mentioned a couple of times the idea that the servant was healed at that very moment, in that instant. In other words, it just dawned on her that, it's already there. The money's there. I'm already spending the holidays with my SP. It's all happening now. I'm going to bring that into the now moment. I get to create who I was and who I will be right now. There's no time when nothing didn't manifest or we've been struggling. It's all happening now. Wow. Great realization. I know we've talked about that in many different ways, but the way she hit it was different. It hit her different, right? That's how to manifest anything fast. I want to show this realization one more time because I think this is powerful, what she said. It really is instant. It's not about time. I finally heard you, Tom. Instant means now. Not as a concept of time, but as a concept as awareness. That now is another word for awareness. It's another word for instant. That's powerful. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on our videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, The Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, anywhere on social media at Tom Kearin or Be Something Wonderful, and for being part of our membership channel. We released a video about a week ago that was a new content on gratitude. It was powerful. We have a live stream December 22nd, 2024 at 12 noon time, Pacific time here in the US. We're going to come to you live. We're going to answer your questions live on the chat and the questions that you've been sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. We are getting a ton of emails now a ton of questions. It's wonderful, guys, but if there's a little delay, don't worry, we're going to get through all of it, right? We're going to either produce a video on it, but I heard you, we're hearing you, we're reading it, we know it. Guys, we got another week, just another week here in Medellin, and then we're going back to the US, where we're going to do the live stream that following Sunday, and then I'm going to be off snowboarding in Utah. We're going to be coming to you from Utah, from Park City, with more powerful content. So a lot going on this year, and there's still a lot of reality left. So creators, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.